Hey, I'm the MMA loser, and I'm making this video about UFC 287 Israel Adesanya versus Alex Pereira Part 4. Now, before I start this video, I would like to suggest you guys to watch this video at 2 times the normal speed so that you guys can enjoy more and it'll give you a better experience. And also, I assume it will save a lot of your time. Now, UFC 287 is a really packed card. We've got Adesanya versus Pereira 4. Pereira will be defending his title for the first time. We've got Gilbert Burns versus Street Jesus Masvidal for the co-main event. And Adrian Yanez is fighting Rob Font. Adrian Yanez is one of the best boxers in UFC. Kevin Holland is back with Santiago Ponzinibbio. And the youngest UFC fighter, Rosas Jr., is fighting against Christian Rodriguez. Then a lot of other fights are also taking place. I'll start talking about them in a different video. But let's just talk about the main event right now. Adesanya and Pereira have fought for 3 times prior to this fight that will take place in 287. And the results of all the previous 3 fights is Pereira won all those 3 fights. The first 2 fights were on the kickboxing rules, where in the first fight, uh, Pereira won the fight by decision, which was a controversial decision, and Alex Pereira won their first fight via unanimous decision, if I'm not wrong, and that was kind of a controversial decision. And in the second fight, Pereira managed to knock out Izzy in the third round, and in the third fight, in a similar fashion, Alex Pereira knocked out or finished Israel Adesanya in the fifth round. This was a TKO. Quite a number of fans suggest that Pereira was lucky, which I do not think so. You do not get lucky when you're doing mixed martial arts. These same people were saying that Leon Edwards was lucky against Kamaru Usman. No, it's not about luck. It's about training a certain way and just having the dog in you, just grinding it out and just getting a win. And these two definitely know each other. They know what are their weaknesses. They know each other's strengths as well. I think if Israel in the previous fight, took uh, Israel took Alex Pereira down, and in his entire UFC career, I don't think Israel Adesanya has ever wrestled before fighting against Alex Pereira. So Alex is so good when it comes to his striking that he made arguably the second best striker in UFC into a wrestler. He turned him into a wrestler. Power wise, we all know Alex Pereira has way more power in his hands compared to Adesanya. The grappling skills, Adesanya is not really a good grappler. He is, I would not even consider him at the level of Vettori. I think Vettori is a better grappler, but Adesanya is a better grappler than Pereira. So, and even in his fight camp videos that we are seeing of Adesanya, he's been training wrestling more than he usually does. So I'm assuming he might start this fight with a takedown or something. He might go for a takedown because he was pretty successful last time when he had a takedown when he was trying to take Pereira down. And I don't know what we should talk about. Can the outcome of this fight be different from the previous 3 uh, contests that they have had in their career? Because a knockout, when you get by when you get knocked out by a person once in your career, you're going to remember that. Your body is going to remember that. Now Adesanya has been knocked out 2 times by the same person, that is Pereira. So his body, his brain is still going to register that. You cannot just say that, you know what, it was a lucky knockout. No, you got knocked out 2 times. Can Israel win this fight? Yes, I think so. Israel definitely can win this fight, but my money is kind of on Pereira. I can be wrong. I have been wrong in the past, and I do not care if I'm wrong. I just want to see a good fight. And let's look at the other middleweights who are fighting or who are there. Alex Pereira is the champion, and Adesanya is at number one, and Robert Whittaker is at number two. Marvin Vettori is at number three. Now, if Marvin Vettori win, like if Adesanya wins, then Marvin is not getting a title shot. But if Pereira wins, I can see them pushing Marvin towards the title shot because Marvin has been a company man. He fights whoever the UFC asked him to fight, and he has only lost to Robert Whittaker. And apart from Adesanya, everyone else loses to Robert Whittaker. Now, Whittaker versus Pereira will also be a good fight. A lot of people are saying that Whittaker will just dominate Pereira with his wrestling, but the problem is Pereira can crack. Pereira can punch you and kick you like nobody else in the division. He made Adesanya into a wrestler. So there will be problems if you're not uh, good with your takedown. If you're not good with your trips, then you might get caught. And Robert in his interview also says how big Pereira is. People do not take that into consideration. He's a giant dude. He's a giant human being. Now there is Jared Cannonier at number four. Paulo Costa is at number five. I think Paulo is going to fight. I don't know who's Paulo fighting next. He's a really exciting fighter. And recently, with his meme lord, with his internet troll personality, he's just taking over the UFC meme pages, the MMA meme pages. And of course, he has the secret juice, and he can win against anybody. Derek Brunson is there. Roman Dolidze is at number nine. I mean, Roman Dolidze in his last fight against Marvin Vettori looked really good. He can give problem to a lot of people in the middleweight division. He's a really good grappler, but the problem is he has fallen in love with his striking, and he hits really hard. And he's just a bully. He'll just walk you down and punch you in the face. So I don't know. I think they might give him a fight with someone. That'll be interesting. But talking about Pereira and Adesanya, round one, will it if it goes similar to last will it go similar to the last fight that they had, where Pereira just where Pereira had his good moments, but Adesanya was dominating the fight throughout throughout all the rounds. Round two, I think, was Adesanya. Round three was Adesanya. Round one was probably Pereira. But at the end of the day, Pereira just somehow managed to get that win. The same thing happened when it was in their second kickboxing fight. Adesanya was winning that fight. And at the last round, at the last moment, Pereira just found a way to knock him out cold. That was a really cold knockout. He was not moving, his legs were stiff, his head was up. Like that was a bad knockout. I think this might happen as well. I think Izzy will be really, really cautious in this fight. That's for sure. I don't think he's going to be. Izzy never really fights reckless. Izzy never fights reckless, and I don't think he's going to change into a reckless brawler in this fight. But yes, I think Pereira will have even more confidence in this fight because he's the champion and he has already defeated him three times. And is his advantage? And it's kind of weird to say. It's really awkward. I even feel awkward saying this because Adesanya will have a wrestling or a grappling advantage in this fight. Adesanya doesn't have a grappling advantage over anybody except for Alex Pereira. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. Most probably Alex will somehow find the way to win. Alex just will find a way to win. I mean, imagine the. I mean, even just look at the career of Alex Pereira. I mean, he was the first guy to defeat Adesanya. He was the first guy to knock out Adesanya in his kickboxing career. Adesanya changes the sport, comes to UFC, goes on this really, really good winning streak, defeats some of the best the UFC has to offer, pretty much defeats everybody in his path except for Jan Blachowicz, who was 20 pounds heavier than him or something like that. But you know, but somehow Pereira comes to the U comes starts doing MMA, gets into UFC, and within 2 or 3 fights, I think it was 3 fights in UFC, he gets into the championship, he gets a title shot, and manages to defeat Israel Adesanya, one of the best middleweights UFC ever has had. So it's just really, really. Uh, I mean, I don't know if Pereira just manifested it. This is peak irony. This is just peak entertainment. You could not write this movie. If you would have made a movie and it had the same story, we probably would not believe it. But now this is reality. Reality is stranger than fiction. And I guess the MMA gods made this. MMA gods probably made Alex Pereira so that he can beat Israel Adesanya. And I cannot wait for UFC 287. This will be in Miami, Florida. Street Jesus is fighting. That is, Jorge Masvidal is fighting. And of course, Adrian Yanez is fighting. Charles Roses Jr. is fighting. This will be a pretty packed card. Hopefully, the main event delivers. Their last fight was really, really good. And I do not have much to talk about this fight. Let's just wait and watch what's going to happen. And if you enjoyed this video, then give me a thumbs up, share this video, and please subscribe to my channel. I have really few subscribers, and I just want to grow my YouTube channel. I just want more people to watch my videos. I like talking about fights, and that's kind of it. Peace out.